Well, hello and welcome back to this manifesting tarot experience. Yeah, we're doing the proverbial Tao manifesting tarot reading. We do it every day, 365. I'm here no matter about the holidays or anything because my commitment is to you. We live in very historic times. That can be good and it can be bad. Too early to tell which way that is going to fall. But because of that, it impacts the way I do the tarot readings. Most tarot readers, by the way, I've done tarot for over 20 years, so most tarot readers do the rainbows and lollipops kinds of things. I don't do that. This is a tarot reading based on where we are geopolitically. That's important because that sets the table for your frequencies and how you apply them. Everybody has the ability to manifest. We have it probably from the time we're born, although realistically, you need to be self-aware to manifest. So we probably don't get into the manifesting until we're maybe 5-6 years of age. Brain has to develop enough so that the individual is prescient. In other words, they're self-aware. When that happens, now you start hoping for things, wishing for things. Now, the deal is that the way we are raised, the way we have been programmed, and it's not simply a question of our parents, it's all of society. Here's my conspiracy theory, which frankly, if you look around the world, is pretty much conspiracy fact. But those people who run the world, and you don't know their names. I know there are people going to go, well, it's Rockefellers, it's Rothschilds. You know their name? They're not at the top of the list. They may be just below the top of the list. But the people who actually pull the strings of those who pull the strings, you don't know their names. And what we can do based on information is say that they fit into 3 categories. Now, whether it's 3 people, 3 families, I don't know for sure. But you got the white pope, the gray pope, the black pope. Each one of those positions is filled by an individual who can represent themselves or their family lineage. Those are the people who are pulling the strings to the people who pull the strings to the people who pull the strings. You get the idea. And the way we're raised is to be subservient. The way we are raised is to be slaves to the system, so that they always have control. One of the reasons why you've seen the deep state across the world go after farmers first, because farmers are a pain in the ass for people who want to control the world, because farmers grow their own food. They have their own land. They're independent. They don't give a damn what you're doing in Washington or London or something. They don't care. I'm going to eat. I'm going to have nature and beauty around me. I'm going to be independent, so F you. Doesn't go over. And you're seeing now the battle worldwide break out into full force. We have what is in effect a civil war here in the United States going on right now. Canada is having its own civil war with maybe the 4 western provinces getting ready to leave Canada, join us or be independent, who knows yet. There have been all kinds of protests and election result return reversals in Europe. Last week, they had those mysterious power outages. At first, you had authorities go, well, we saw some kind of meteorological anomalies. And we, within 24 hours, debunked that bullshit and said, nah, something's funky going on. So people got a full frontal in terms of how their lives are controlled. And with everything electrical or headed in that direction, it makes it very easy for them to control. All they got to do is one algorithm, and they can shut down the electronic grid system. And then you see Portugal, Spain, parts of France, England, I guess, experienced something. No, they weren't days long, but they were just long enough to go, we got you. We got you. Want to be a smart ass? You want to be a smart ass? We'll show you. You're going to go back 300 years ago. That's how easy. And I'll tell you how insidious it is. You're looking now at that screen in front of you, whether it's a smartphone, laptop, desktop, doesn't make any difference. You got lights on. That can all be taken away. Flick of a switch, an algorithm, one flick and it's gone. You have no power. Absolutely amazing. That's where we've gotten to. And in fact, kind of interesting, a little bit of background. You know, they're talking about the electric cars, which people are kind of walking away from. I think they're beginning to wake up is what I'm hoping. But there are a lot of the expensive luxury cars that will sell you the car, but then you will have to purchase monthly items like you want electric seats, you want them to move up and down and sideways, you want them to be heat or to cool. Anything electric on your car, which is virtually everything, they can control, and you have to sign on. Maybe another $50, another $100. But if you don't pay the bill, your seats stop moving. The air conditioner doesn't work. In fact, your car doesn't even run. People in Europe now know that that's true. We haven't quite gotten there yet here in North America, but that's where we're at. And that's why I spend a great deal of time talking astrology. I've done astrology, numerology for over 50 years. Tarot for 20, astrology, numerology, 50 years. Astrology, numerology talks about cycles. We just keep repeating things over and over and over and again. And there are always cycles within cycles. You never get the same mixture. It may take 20,000 years before you have cycles begin to repeat. I mean, it's extremely complex. Makes it very difficult to do an astrological reading. Very difficult. I haven't found a really good reader yet. And I know some pretty damn good ones, world class. Not me, but I know some world class. But that's the problem. It's cycles within cycles within cycles, and you have to try to decipher that stuff because we're here to communicate with you. We're not here to show you how smart we are. If we are, then we shouldn't be doing numerology or astrology, or tarot for that matter, because we're not smart. And while numerology and astrology show cycles, they don't exactly predict. But something that I say virtually every day, and I do because we are at such a critical point in our nation's history, the United States is the nation, that I have to repeat it, because between now and July 4th, 2026, a little over a year from now, July 4th, 2026, the United States has its 250th anniversary. 250 years, coincidentally, is the time it takes the planet Pluto to move all the way around the solar system and back to where it was 250 years before. In other words, we had two planets, Uranus and Pluto, exactly, pretty close, a degree off or so, from where they were when we signed the Declaration of Independence 250 years ago. Back. And you see what's happening. We're having a civil war. We're having a revolution in this country. I mean, it's the same energy that we had 250 years ago. And the same situation. Are we going to change? Are we going to have to reinvent ourselves as a democratic republic? What are we going to do? How are we going to approach this? Is part of Canada going to join the United States? Are some states going to leave the United States? It's all up for grabs. Same energy that existed 250 years ago. And that's why I bring it up every day, because between now and July 4th, 2026, a year and a couple of months, I'm going to give the current administration, the Trump administration, that much time to draw a final grade on what they're doing. Because I know right now they got to swim through a lot of crap. Democrats, deep staters are just throwing everything they can at them, and they're going to keep throwing, especially because of what's going on in Canada. Now North America is up for grabs, and they're really going to pull out all the stops. So it's going to really be nuts. So this is why I take that information and I apply it to the tarot. It's the big picture. It's not the shallow shit that they give you in most readings. You're going to meet this person and you're going to find this great thing and this is absolutely great and it's phenomenal. Not doing it. This is a make or break situation for humanity. Literally, we're seeing it across the world. Across the world. Population is dropping all across the world. Even in China, the great enemy. And in fact, their economy is falling apart because of the tariffs. They literally are headed towards a depression in China and can't stop it. Kids, college students in China are now beginning to rebel. You see the population standing up and going, no more. And the final poke in the eye for the deep state has to be those 4 provinces in Canada that are saying, we'll leave Canada. It's the people standing up. It's that same energy that there was 250 years ago. Revolution, evolution. Now let's get to the tarot for today and let's see what the potential of this energy is for you. Got the middle card, the oracle card. It's called community. That's what we're looking for. Community, a sense of unity, a sense of... There's got to be a commonality. We have to see the common humanness in each of us. If we don't do it, it's done. It's not playtime. This is not fun time. This is the time that we're in. Survival. So we're looking at community. We're looking literally at belonging. Takes me to the 2 memes for today. The first one, a little pessimistic, but understandable. The first meme is, at this stage of my life, I am 98.8% convinced it is not possible for me to integrate back into society. I don't belong. I don't have community. However, the next meme kind of puts a little different shine on that one. It says, a person raised off of love and a person raised off of survival see the world very differently. And so the responses that you're getting really separate. Were you raised in a world of love or were you raised in a world of fear? We're seeing in the Middle East, many of those people were raised in fear. In some areas, we get little patches of humanity that were raised in love. So a person raised in love and a person raised in fear see the world very differently. And with that mix, it's hard to feel like you belong. So what's the alternative? Let's go all the way to the left. Take a look at the first card, 2 of Cups. 2s are always, always, always decisions. Choice. And love means respect, caring. It's not simply romantic. It's also existential. And what it boils down to is you want to belong, create a community within yourself. Get straight within yourself. Know what you value. Know why you value it. Begins with each of us. If we don't know what the hell we stand for, if we don't know what the hell we believe in, well, you see the world. What a shithole. Because everybody's different. Everybody's got their own thing. You gotta respect. It's just whatever. It doesn't make if you're delusional, I have to believe you're delusional. No. Create your own community within yourself first. That's how you belong. If you're looking for that sense of identity outside of yourself, you're screwed. It's like trying to find love or attention outside of yourself. You're screwed. That doesn't mean that you're selfish. It doesn't mean you're myopic. It means I have a base. I have a foundation. For example, you build one of the biggest buildings in the world. What does it take? It needs a good, strong foundation. Because if you don't give it a good, strong foundation, the building's going to crumble and fall. That's what we're calling for here within us, each of us. Make that loving decision to stand up to your principles. And if you don't have principles, you find them. This time period in history should do a lot to help you there if you're looking. Next card over is the Ten of Wands. Wands are positivity, joy, enthusiasm. It's actually living your life, enjoying it, being plugged in. Talk about belonging, talk about community. That's kind of what they're talking about. But again, as with the Two of Cups, it begins with you. You making a decision to belong to yourself, to understand, to make that foundation so that the building, your life, can stay upright. Ten of Wands talks about responsibility. You are done with this fake responsibility. You're noticing that a lot of the Gen Zers now are deciding, what is work worth? I'm doing a job that I hate to make money that won't be enough to support me, that I'm going to constantly be in debt, chasing the things that the deep state sets me up for. It's a game. They got the rules. They got all the conditions. I'm playing their game and losing. I don't want to do that anymore. And that's really messing up a lot of people. Because they're going, hey, come on, hey, we got jobs. First of all, they're shit jobs, and they're probably going to be given to robots within the next 5 to 10 years anyway. Kids know that. Gen Zers figured that out. So they're just saying, stop. I'm not going to play your game. I'm not going to work. I'm going to try to figure it out. And they will, if given enough time, they will create their own community. They will belong. And the Ten of Wands says, I've made the decision with the Two of Cups to love myself, respect myself, to find community within myself, and I'm putting down the burdens. All the crap that you told me, Ten of Wands says, I'm not doing it anymore. Not doing it anymore. Next card over, very, very important card. It's the Emperor, authority, father figure, structure, regulations. Except he's in reverse, meaning you are thinking about, how do I restructure my life? Okay, I want the community. I want to feel like I'm belonging. I realize I accept the fact that I have to start with me. And I also accept the fact that I got to do this by taking responsibility. I have to be my own father figure. Important. You need that foundation for the building to withstand everything that life, weather, whatever is going to throw at it. You need that good foundation. That's what you need to fit in, to belong to you. And the final card is the Temperance card. Temperance card, very, very important, and often, especially this era, not really paid attention to. Temperance calls for balance, calls for patience, moderation. You notice how we're running, just running hell-bent for leather. Gotta do AI, gotta do AI, gotta do AI. Everything we gotta do fast, gotta do fast. So quick. None of this improves our lives. There has virtually been nothing done for the past 40, 50 years that has been done to improve our lives. Oh, yeah, we're getting better at the technology. Oh, yeah, they're getting better at ways to control us, to kill us, to harness us, to corral us. Oh, yeah. That part they got down. Make our lives better? No, can't do that. Can't do that. With the Trump tariffs, now, a lot of American companies who abandoned America for profit are kind of being forced back to America. But they shit on the American worker because, well, I can pay this Chinese guy, man. I can pay him a tenth of what I'm paying Americans. Okay, first of all, we lost our jobs. Secondly, we lost our cities. Third, we lost our culture. And then they sold us crap. Didn't care about us. Never for a moment. No patience. When people try to hurry you like that, they're hustling you. You want to have that feeling of belonging. You want to have that community foundation. Get your foundation fixed, your philosophical foundation. What the hell you stand for? Why do you stand for it? That's the first step. This is the time in history to do it. If we do not make it, all bets are off, and you're not going to like the story. But you can do it. You can do it. That's the Tarot reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another. Between now and the next time you and I get together for some tarot, peace and blessings.